What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another anime soundtrack reaction. And this time we're going to go to the soundtrack for the third season of A Certain Scientific Railgun, which is A Certain Scientific Railgun T, which is the most recent one that's been released. It was released in 2020. There has been an official announcement about a year ago, and my understanding is that it's still in development for a fourth season, maybe the last season. But I love this show. It's dramatic, it's funny, it's sweet, it can be very heavy and emotional. It really runs the gamut, as do the tunes in the soundtracks from the various seasons. And indeed, there are two soundtracks for season 1, and I had one of them before, I just got one of them recently. There's two soundtracks for season S, which is season 2, and there's one soundtrack for season T, the third season. They are all composed primarily by Iuchi Maiko, though I think there's a few tracks along the way that have other people involved, but he is the main series composer. And the soundtrack, again, it's very diverse. It's got a lot of different types of sounds, more mellow tunes, happy and light tunes, pulse-pounding tunes, and very emotional tracks. I will say there's a lot of electronic sounds over the course of the soundtrack, or soundtracks plural, meaning a lot of synth sounds, trance-like tunes with pulse-pounding tempos, even like psytrance type tracks. But yes, we're going to listen to a track from A Certain Scientific Railgun T, and the tune is called, or it translates to in English, Now Let the Experiment Begin. And long story short, there are a lot of experiments that go on in Academy City, which is the main location of the show overall, which is this super advanced, technologically futuristic type city where young, talented students go to a number of schools, constituent schools, where their skills and their Esper talents are developed. And unfortunately, in some cases, these experiments are secretive and have ulterior motives and nefarious purposes and great immorality, and then others that are perhaps more benign. But yes, there's a lot of experiments that have dark consequences for essentially innocent students and other people who live in Academy City. And this track, which has a lot of suspense, a lot of danger, and maybe this feeling that, violent action is about to break out, which again, I've been going through the show, Michaela has been watching, and I saw an episode where a character named Frenda, which I won't get into the business of trying to explain all the characters and the different, character arcs over the larger story, but she was describing the way in which, there's different types of hunters, and she's using this thought experiment to come up with physical evasion strategy in real time while she is being hunted by a sniper, and she's helping another main character, Satan, escape from this danger. So yeah, this tune was in my head, and I searched for it in the T soundtrack, and there it was. So let's give it a listen. This is A Certain Scientific Railgun T. The series composer is Iuchi Maiko, and the track is Now Let the Experiment Begin. Dramatic, yes. And I do especially love that point where, about halfway through the track, maybe even a little bit beyond that, like, 65% into the track, that really tense and dramatic synth bass line takes over. That's my favorite part. And there's, a couple moments, not just the part of that episode I mentioned in the intro, but some other points along season T where it really, puts everything on edge. There's this, like, real intense suspense. And again, the soundtrack does a great job of capturing the feel at any given moment of the show and the narrative moments, the character moments, and so on. So, shout out to Iuchi Maiko. It really is a great soundtrack, and I recently got the one soundtrack among the 5 that I didn't have before. So, yeah, now I have both of the ones from the first season, both of the ones from the second season, and the one for season T. And whenever season 4 comes out, I hope they hurry with that, and I hope I can get my hands on the soundtrack to season last. I'm not sure what it'll be, but bottom line, it's incredible. Shout out to Michaela for watching with me. Shout out to all the people who've been following the anime track reactions, and let me know what you think of this one. Peace. Yeah, hi Luca.